We're back again on the channel with the main man himself, Mr. Meta, the Commander Connoisseur, Dom. Welcome back to the channel, Dom.
Hey, thanks for having me, man. It's good to be back.
Our our collaborations usually end up well, so let's hope this time it follows the same routine. So
All right.
obviously obviously Gorgo is now the hot topic, and we've been part of the ARC testing together, and we've obviously seen some different interesting reports, but now we're gonna do some more questions about her and her current place in the meta. So, first one, would you actually recommend investing in Gorgo?
Well, for one, she is the meta now. Being able to max the new meta is always the right play, I would say. And she's now the new MVP in a stronghold situation. She's also usable in the field with Liu, and I think she brings multiple debuffs, both for swarming and an AoE debuff for open field. And extra perks, I would say, for forward play in Ark of Osiris, it's also good. Like countless of times, you would take Desert Altar, but you can't get a captain in the structure before the enemy swarms it back, for example. So I think for this combo, Gorgo Liu, this plays nicely for that role, running it forward in those scenarios. And yeah, I think for uh, other benefits would probably be for city garrison, but I'm not really a fan of getting rallied, so that's more for other players, I guess.
Yeah, that begs the other question. And you made all valid points. We've seen multiple sources that really confirm what you said. But also, who should invest actually in her? Are just specifically Garrison or the Whale players, or maybe there is some space for the, I wouldn't say smaller players, but probably referring to those type of players as well.
Well, it's with the infantry meta coming out, I think for smaller players it's a bit difficult to max two commanders at the same time. So maybe just maxing one is a safer bet. But for people who should be looking to max, I would say is those folks that carry their team in stronghold. So your captains basically, and I think also for people that are running 2 to 3 infantry marches, it should be a good pickup to pick up both Gorgo and Liu.
Yeah, that sounds good. But should you? Hmm. I'll go back to the pairings a bit later, but strictly for open field purposes, do you think she's worth investing into?
I would
With
say
you, with you.
with Liu, yeah, I would say yes and no. If you're fully committed to the Smite meta and you didn't max or you are maxing Liu, I would say it's a good play to make to pick up Gorgo as well, just to get that one perfect combo, that does well. Because we've already seen tested this combo is doing well against like Burikazuge, uh, other pairs like Sargon, Scipio Sargon. So, and
Yeah,
I'm sure it's going to smash the hell out of cavalry anyway. So it's if you have the gold heads, go for it. Yeah, I would say so.
yeah, that's encouraging. Maybe even to me. So we've seen Gorgo like resurrected these older type of commanders like Martel and now Constantine. And there's obviously some synergies. And do you think they're gonna be actually meta or is just a fluke? Would you actually use them anywhere? And if so, why?
Well, there are kingdoms that are using the Martel now for like anti-swarm. So I think it could be used for that. The Gorgo Martel does really good with anti-swarm. So if you have like an emergency situation and you really want to like punish the enemy for swarming, this could be a thing. But it's still not gonna go well trading against a rally. So I think that one is more niche role, maybe for Arc of Osiris. You can use that, or in big kingdoms you can use that. Maybe in flags, for example. And for Constantine, I would say so far it looks like Constantine can play a role in the current meta with Gorgo. Although I would prefer using it only as a last resort if you get swarmed, or possibly just as a substitute, like in a gate scenario where you need to swap out. Uh, so I would still say by far the main three, Zenobia, Gorgo, Gorgo Hera, and Gorgo Liuce will give you better results versus all situations, and it's easy to use as well.
Right. Well, I've definitely seen those in the tests firsthand, and I see a lot of people actually think Martel is good, but I agree they're probably not going to do good versus a singular rally against
No,
Swarms.
the thing I also want to like put on on the spotlight here with Zenobia Gorgo is the fact that you don't need to switch out this garrison a lot. You know, because Zenobia is always healing her march back the
Yeah,
HP. So
sustain. Yeah,
uh,
very strong.
just using it makes it a lot more easier for your captains to be able to switch out when they need to. And if you are a lot stronger than your enemy, maybe you don't even need to change the captain, for example, because Zenobia is just gonna heal back the troops. So
Yeah, just like Attila, she's never really going away, is she?
yeah, yeah, it's
So
kind of scary. It's kind of scary how she came back into the meta now, but we'll see how it goes.
yeah, for now she's here to stay.
Yeah.
Well, with the latest edition of infantry, we covered like the best infantry marches with when Liu came out. Do you think anything changed now? Like for the two best infantry marches, what's changed?
Well, for the two best infantry marches now, I would use personally. I would use Gorgo Luce and Scipio Sargon, just because both of those marches are gonna be good in many areas of the game, and for swarming and for open field at the same time. And if you don't have Sargon, then you can do Guan Scipio or Scipio Tarek, for example. That's also an option. And
Yeah, that sounds good.
yeah, and I would say if you can't like uh, afford Gorgo or you don't manage to unlock her, you can always do Guan Scipio and Liuchi Sargon. I mean, those two marches are also really good. Or if you don't have Sargon in that scenario, you can also do Tarek Liuche and Guan Scipio as well. So there's many options now for infantry players to
Yeah,
fix their lineup and get it ready for KVK.
yeah. I see a lot of people may get a bit torn between working on Sargon and Liuche, maybe because obviously not
Well, you know my
Liuche.
motto. You always
Yeah,
go for the latest. You don't max out commanders. That's a good habit to make, you know.
yeah. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. I'll cut this out.
All right.
And should you use more than two infantry marches at this point?
With the
Is that
cur- I would say with the current field meta, no, because I would not suggest using like more than two infantry marches, because you still have a lot of choices to with the other troop types that you could bring in. So
so
yeah,
two max?
yeah, two is enough. Yeah.
Okay, that's reasonable. Usually there was only one, so I guess finally some improvement for
Yeah,
infantry.
yeah. Gorgo Lucha is beating everything. Like, of course you want to bring this into your lineup. So, I mean,
No
the only thing
question.
is lacking is the march speed, but you can fix that easily with the talents. And Liu is bringing some march speed to the field, so it's not that bad.
Yeah, at least something. But I'm looking at the current Martel tree just to see how much march speed can I get. And obviously the right side of infantry tree gives a lot.
Yeah.
I haven't checked the open field build. What did you use? Did you use the?
I did post it underneath in the channel. You can check it out.
Yeah, okay.
It's pretty straightforward. It's the same open field build I use for Martel, I think, but with a slight adjustment, picking up testudo formation, since Liu Che's
Yeah,
expertise really makes that shine, and also, yeah, Liu Che's expertise is probably one of the main reasons that makes that combo work, I would say. So
yeah. Can't wait to get him max. So
yeah, yeah, he's a pretty unique commander for his kit. Like, there's nothing else like it at the moment.
yeah. Okay.
So to summarize for Gorgo Luce, what is it doing?
Yeah.
It's a bit slower, yeah, sure, but you're bringing two debuffs to the field with Gorgo. You're bringing a normal attack damage taken to the target on the second skill, I think, and on the expertise, you also are bringing a AOE attack debuff when your HP is lower than 50%, which I think could be very good in like big brawls as well. Maybe even in Arc of Osiris in the middle fights to also be good.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, and then of course for Luce is bringing a lot of AOE to the table. He's bringing a slowdown as well. Things.
Yeah, it has a good debuff too.
Yeah, and both of those commanders are doing like skill damage, taking reduction. So it's pretty good combo.
Yeah, I agree with you. So I think we covered what we wanted to cover. If you guys learned something new, enjoy the video, then please subscribe if you haven't. It helps me a lot. And thank you, Dan, for your time and insight once again.
No problem, man.